back to the Hot Seat, Season 2, Episode 1. Today is April 1st. Happy April Fools! So, Mrs. Young, how did you celebrate April Fool's Day today, and how did your students react to some of the tricks you did?
So I didn't do anything today. It was just really boring. I kept forgetting it was April Fool's. I had a couple students trick me, and I know Mrs. Detweiler did something. She put the homework on the board was to read like 200 pages in a book. So I don't know who fell for it and who didn't, but I thought that was pretty funny.
Okay. So what kind of genre do you like in the books?
So for myself to read, so I like to read articles online, so that would be nonfiction, and I also actually love to read fantasy books. I love that Harry Potter series, the Hunger Games, so I love those types of books.
So do I love Harry Potter. So what are some of their hobbies outside of school?
Well, I have a 1-year-old son, so I love to spend time with my husband and my son Cameron. Just playing and reading books and spending time together. I'm also one of 5 kids, so I have 4 siblings, and so we get together as much as we can for dinners, and it's just really fun. And I also love music. I love to go to concerts when I can. It's kind of hard now that I have a baby, but I'm actually going to see John Mayer in concert this summer, so I'm excited about that. I've seen Coldplay, Billy Joel and Elton John, so love music.
Did you hear about the new Elton John movie coming out?
I think I did, actually. Yeah. So I'll have to see that.
So what was your favorite subject as a child?
It was math. Hands down, it was math. I just loved it. I just loved working with numbers and trying to solve problems until I figured it out. It wasn't always easy, but I just loved it.
So do I. I really like that. So has your favorite subject changed after you became a teacher?
No, I still love math. I teach math all day now to the 4th graders. And it's funny because a lot of people, like, math is totally scary for them. They just are like, no math. So that's pretty much my goal, is to try to get them to feel more comfortable and more excited about it. So I still love it.
Okay. So, Mrs. Graybon, how did you celebrate April Fool's Day, and did you prank your students or anything?
You know, I didn't. I didn't do any pranking with. Do you want me to hold this? I didn't do any pranking with the school. I did a bunch at home though. A lot of things like I totally packed lots of fruits and veggies in my kids' lunches. They're not going to be happy with me, but that's okay. But at school it was really fun because they came in assuming that I made a mess or that I tricked them in some way, so they kept looking for it. But sorry, nothing here.
What kind of genre of books do you like?
Oh, me. Right now, right now I'm actually reading a bunch of books that are all about empowering women, because it was just Women's History Month, and I found a really good one that talked about like a relationship between a girl and her grandmother. So it's kind of like I would say historical fiction is really probably what the genre is.
What are some of the hobbies you do outside of school?
I love to hike. I do like to read, like I just said, when I get a chance. But really, right now, these days, I am often found on the soccer field or the baseball field or whatever it is that my kids are doing at that moment.
Well, what was your favorite subject as a child, and has that subject changed since you became a teacher?
Definitely science. We all know Mrs. Graybon loves science. So science has been my favorite since the beginning. But again, going back to that whole Women's History Month, when I was younger, I remember my teachers always discouraging me from liking science because I was a girl and the boys were supposed to be better at science. So I think maybe that's part of the reason why I still love it so much, kind of making sure that the girls enjoy it as much as the boys.
So, Mrs. Jones, how did you celebrate April Fool's today, and how did your students react to your little trick?
Well, during one of my math groups with 1st graders, I was reading to them about what was in the book, and I said, let's all count the ice cream cones, and I knew they were sand pails. And they all just looked at me and they're like, ice cream cones? those are sand pails. And then when I said April Fools, they liked that. They thought that was very cute. So,
Question 2. What is your favorite genre of books?
oh, I think I like historical mysteries and historical novels.
Question 3. What are some of your hobbies outside of school?
We like to walk and swim. Probably one of my favorite is swimming.
Question 4. What was your favorite subject as a child? Has your favorite subject changed after you became a teacher?
Well, my favorite subject was history, and I always will love history. But I absolutely have to say now math has kind of taken a spotlight because I love math and I love the kiddos that I get to work with. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Mrs. Jones. This is Leah signing off. Teachers, watch out because you might be next on the hot seat.
You might be on the hot seat. Be on the hot seat.